Hey, what's up everyone? It's Sierra and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build. I hope everyone is staying healthy and having an amazing day. As you can see, we are getting right into this build. Today we are building an ultra modern home in the world of Oasis Springs, my favorite world, as I said in the last video. If you guys were kind of wondering already, like, what the heck am I doing with like this random platform just kind of laid out in the middle, I actually end up turning that into like a little garden area. Like I said, this is like an ultra modern home. I kind of wanted it to be a little different. Like I said, this is in Oasis Springs. So I did want to use like a lot of cacti, and I did use succulents right here. As you can see, like I said, I'm making this into like a planter box type thing. And I used, like I said, I love using the cactus. So I put a lot of cacti in. We have the best ones from Strangerville. If you guys were kind of like wondering about that pack, if you don't have it, Strangerville is in one of my favorite packs. It has some of the best build buy items, at least I think, when it comes to like windows and columns and stuff like that. But as you can see, I do work with a lot of platforms in this build, especially with like the roofing area. This actually isn't really like a functional balcony. You can make it one if you would like. However, I really didn't make like a door. I didn't put a door coming out like into the area. So like I said, you can make that functional balcony if you would like. There is like a decent amount of backyard space, so I really didn't feel the need. Plus, like in real life, no one wants to be sitting there kind of looking at their neighbors. But that is kind of why I put that half wall there. You guys will see I kind of mess with that a little bit. Just in case you guys do want to make that functional and put like seating area and stuff out there. End up putting up those like wall planks that came from Eco Lifestyle. I really like those. They're very versatile. You can use them in pretty much anything with pretty much anything, or use them anywhere. And for like the outside coloring, I did want to use a little bit of wood, even though this is like super like ultra modern. I wanted just some wood tone, even though it is like grassy and stuff like that. We are in the desert, so I did kind of keep it with like the lighter the other like outside colors, like lighter. Like I used that like pale white, and that other color, it does look gray on the outside for some reason, but it is green. And I definitely wanted like a little path area leading up to the front door. It does sit back quite a bit. And as you can tell, I used the windows. I think those are from, oh my gosh, why can I not remember what pack they're from? I always do this. I think it is the Get Famous pack, those skinny long windows. I never really used those in any of my builds, so I definitely wanted to try them out, and I put them towards the top up above the door, as you can see. And then I wanted the backyard to have a pool, but I also didn't want it to be the entire backyard, if that makes sense. So I did kind of move it to the right corner area, and I didn't want to put like a slide or anything in. If you guys want to, you can do that. I didn't know because the slides came with the get together pack, so I didn't know if like you guys have that or anything. So I was like, let me just like not put a slide in. And as you can see, I worked with a lot of platforms. Again, they are my favorite to use. So I made like a decking area. I used a lot of platforms here, and I also did like with the stairs and everything. I like didn't want it to feel like too closed off. So I added like a bunch of stairs. I know like a bunch of stairs. I added like a little stairway. And then I kind of went through and I was like, I don't really know. I didn't want to just put like a grill and stuff back here. So I kind of went through and added some plants and some seating area. I love these custom content like pillows and the throw blankets that I have. I try to use them like as much as possible. The one is like a custom content, came from like a little campers kit. It's like divided off of the like little seat that we get that has like the blanket like draping over it. So that actually made me really happy that we were able to get that like separated in a custom content kit. And I did use I think it's like what the Oasis backyard Oasis kit. I used the patio seating and the grill as well. I wasn't sure if I wanted to put a grill in here, but I was like, I kind of imagine the person I'm going to have living in here grilling quite a bit, entertaining, having their friends over. So I was like, you know what? I am going to put a grill in. I put in that city living coffee table. It kind of looks like a fire pit. And I was like, oh, this is actually perfect because I really didn't want to put a fire pit in. So I kind of put that in as like a replacement. But getting into the inside of the build, it's really not that big. I only wanted like a single sim living here. Or you can make it like newlyweds or like whatever you would like for in here. I kind of wanted to leave it like more open as well when it came to the floor plans, but since it's so like boxy, I did end up obviously using some platforms and I used columns as well to kind of make it not seem so empty, if that makes sense. And the upstairs is pretty small, so that was relatively easy to kind of divvy up. Um, I wanted like a nice master suite that only had one entrance to it, which was like to her room because we did put the bathroom downstairs as well. You can see. And I did go with the lighter flooring. I know on the outside I used that super dark wood, but I wanted something a little bit lighter for the inside. It's kind of like a surprise, kind of like, oh, I did not expect this. But in the kitchen, I used the Dream Home Decorator cabinets. I didn't want to put like upper cabinets or anything. Because I don't know, because I have those really long windows from, what pack are those windows from? Eco Lifestyle, sorry. The Eco Lifestyle windows, like the floor to ceiling. So I didn't want to add any upper cabinets into the build. I felt like it would just kind of like take away and it would just honestly just block everything. So I was like, I don't want to deal with that. And of course, I like to put a lot of clutter in. So I added a decent amount of clutter in this kitchen because it is so big and there's a lot of counter space. I didn't want it to feel so empty. I did use the stove from Dream Home Decorator, as you can see. And I love using the stuff that we got from the Everyday Clutter Kit. I've been using it like crazy. As you can see, I put the cups in the sink, around the side, just everywhere. That fruit bowl, though, is custom content along with the candle. I wish we did have candles, just like single ones in the game. I mean, I feel like we're kind of getting there. They gave us the phone and the keys and everything. So I feel like we're getting close to like what we need, you know, for like every real good everyday clutter stuff in like these, you know what would be nice if they gave us more like jars, but for like in the kitchen, like empty jars. You'll see me put a bunch of those in that are custom content, like those tea rags that I use constantly. And even just like different utensil holders. That would be so amazing if we could get more of those. even those like tiny lids, that is just like such random clutter, and it is so cute. I love putting those in some of my builds just like randomly. But moving into the living room, well, it's not technically the living room yet. I made this the dining room initially, and then once I started getting like the plants and everything else in, I kind of decided I don't want this here anymore. I really didn't want you to like walk into the home right into the dining room. So I know some houses are like that. Nothing wrong with it. Totally fine, but I did not want that for this house. And as you can see, I put in a lot of plants in here. We're in Oasis Springs. I kind of figured, no, let's do a lot of vegetation and stuff. I've been kind of in the very gardeny like mood, I guess, with my builds, just putting a lot of like foliage and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, let's keep it going. I'm really liking this. I'm liking the way the builds are turning out, using a lot of like plants and stuff like that. But I did put in this custom content fireplace. It's came it's like it is the smaller version of the one that came with Eco Lifestyle. I mean, I personally like the one from Eco Lifestyle, but I don't like how bulky it is, like towards the top. So it's nicer to get something just a little bit more functional, and it looks a little bit nicer. But I did, like I said, I used platforms in here, and I kind of wanted to carry the wood from outside into the inside of the home. I kind of didn't know how I wanted to do that. So I did go back and forth a little bit with what wood I wanted to use and what wood tone did I actually want to use, what was outside, did I want to switch it up, did I want to put stone to kind of match like the stone trim. But I end up just going with something just kind of basic. And then the downstairs bathroom, I love making like my own like shelving units and stuff like that. So that's exactly what I did here. I just put like 3 shelving units. I stack them up. And then all I do is use Control 9. And then I just alt place things on the shelves. If you guys were kind of like wondering how to do that, if you guys didn't know. And then I kind of just put like basic bathroom clutter like on the shelvings, just to make it more realistic. And then I know I don't really give you guys like my bathroom builds because they are kind of boring, but I did kind of leave it in just so you guys can maybe like get maybe like a little feel of like how I do things, maybe. And then I kind of just went around and put in some pictures. I really love these. They're like little pears. And it looks like there's like little oranges and stuff on it. I think it's so cute. And then you'll see here, this is when I decided to make this the living room. Like I said, I really did not want her walking in to the dining room. So I kind of flip-flopped it out, put the dining room by the kitchen, and I made this makeshift like shelving entertainment unit from the Dream Home Decorator shelving that we got. And then I kind of just went through and put some clutter. You'll see I used the Everyday Clutter Kit. And then I put in a bunch of custom content plants. I kind of didn't really know what I wanted to put on here. So I was like, should I just put a bunch of plants? I don't know. We'll see how it ends up looking. And I think it ended up looking pretty darn good. That little cactus planter thing on the side, I changed that color like 500,000 times. And I don't know why. I still end up not even liking the color of it, really. I should have went with something lighter. But it matches everything. So I was like, oh, whatever. And the table is from the Decor to the Max kit. I think that is like one of the coolest tables. We don't really have ones with the glass top on it. So I was like, you know what? This is pretty neat. I'm going to use this. And I just used some like basic custom content seating and the rug as well. I matched it with the rug that's in the dining room. And then I kind of wanted to like put some books and stuff in, but then I was like, oh, we have so many plants in here already. Maybe I should like tone it down a little bit with how much clutter I'm throwing in here, because this is supposed to be like a modern home. And I was like, we're getting a little bit too crazy. We all know I love to put a lot of clutter in my builds, but going upstairs, I did make that little area kind of, I didn't know if I even wanted to like leave that open or not, to be completely honest. I almost wanted to like close it off, and I was like, yeah, we'll just leave it open. It's really not that big of a deal. And then I kind of just want to put some clutter and stuff on the shelving. As you can see, I never really use too much, like, I don't know, the shelving units. I never really use those, like the bookcase ones that we got. So I was like, I guess we can throw those in a little bit, kind of use them like to our advantage. See how I like it. I like how they turned out. And then over here, I just kind of use the smaller couch, like the one we had downstairs. I use the smaller version of it, and then just put up like a little hanging plant. As you can see over there, the bathroom was done. I like how I use like the gold and stuff in there. And this bedroom was kind of like a nightmare for me. I didn't know how I wanted it to look and everything, but I changed out the wall color 5 different times. I changed the bed out 3 different times. I probably spent like an hour on just the bedroom, maybe a little bit longer, just collectively. I was so picky when it came to this bedroom for some reason, and I cannot understand why. I wasn't liking the bed for some reason, and it's so beautiful. But I was like, you know what? I convinced myself to love it. And I think it was just because I needed to change like the color out. As soon as I did that, I immediately fell back in love with that bed. But as you can see, I just threw in like a little bit of clutter in here. Really nothing too crazy. Like I said, this is like a modern, ultra modern build. So I wanted things to be, I don't know, not so crazy, because the kitchen's super cluttered. So I wanted to keep the bedroom kind of minimal. And then in there through like the hallway, I didn't know what to put. Because it's so narrow. So I didn't want to block those windows. So I just ended up putting, just some basic things. And then for the to finish it up, I just kind of put like some lighting and stuff in, some different lighting in. And I used, that was from Decor to the Max as well. I actually really enjoy that little light. I think it's so cool. I never use it. So I was like, hey, we're going to use it anyway. But I will put this on the gallery for everyone to download. Use the filter to include custom content. As always, don't forget to hit like, subscribe. I am live 4 nights a week on Twitch. Come on by, say hi, and chill out with us. I hope everyone has an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. See ya!